What makes a man convicted but not fully persuaded to act on those convictions? I'm going to ask again. What makes people convicted to do something, to not do something, to chase their dreams? What makes people convicted of something but not fully persuaded to act on those convictions? You know what I'm talking about. You get something in your mind, you feel in your spirit that I need to be pursuing this career. You feel in this spirit that if I give my life to Christ, I just know that I will experience that peace that I've never experienced before. If I take on this new gig, even though it's less money, I just know, I know I'll be happy. What makes you have those convictions but not fully persuaded to act on it? Could it be a lack of grace? In the book of Acts chapter 26, it talks about how Apostle Paul, and he's in front of King Herod Agrippa, who pretty much owned and controlled the land of Galilee at that time. And he's given a chance to really explain himself, because at that point, all the Jews were calling him a blasphemer. They wanted him killed. Here he is. He shares his testimony with King Agrippa, and he talks about how he gave his life to Christ. And then he starts to minister to King Agrippa. I will let you read the story for yourself. But you know what's interesting? You know what King Agrippa said? He says, Paul, you almost persuaded me to be a Christian. The spirit of King Agrippa. How many of us will receive a conviction but not be fully persuaded to act on that conviction? You know what I'm talking about. You receive a conviction to leave that relationship, but you're not fully persuaded to walk out the door. Yes, you receive a conviction to pursue a different career path, but you're not fully persuaded to leave your current job. We need to get to a place where we are rebuking and binding that spirit of King Agrippa. All that it does is blocks the blessings that God has for us. Don't be King Agrippa. Don't be fully convinced that something makes sense, but not fully persuaded to act on it. The problem with King Agrippa is that even though he was understanding of the faith, he was convinced of the faith, he wasn't persuaded to change his heart. He wasn't persuaded to change the posture of his heart. He refused to give his life to Christ. It made sense. It sounded good, Apostle Paul, but I'm not fully persuaded to make that change. A lot of us have the spirit of King Agrippa. A lot of us get these convictions, whether it be through the Holy Spirit or just these promptings in us to do something different or to do something new. Be persuaded to move when God tells us to move. Once we receive that conviction in our heart and our spirit, don't be hard of hearing. Don't be fearful. Act on those convictions. Don't have that spirit of King Agrippa. Don't say, I was almost persuaded to pursue my dreams. I was almost persuaded to make the right decisions. Make it. You received that conviction for a reason. If you'd like to read on this subject, please look at my new Testimony Tuesday post on www.christinaquarton.com.